The problem of human trafficking, a U.S. State Department official says, affects virtually every country around the world, including the United States. Many involved in the issue say the annual reports, which are mandated by Congress, have become the most authoritative guide on the global problem. Introducing the 2008 report at a State Department news conference, Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice said the reports have increased world attention to trafficking, including sex slavery and forced labor.
Globally, human trafficking is a multidimensional threat. It deprives people of their human rights and dignity. It increases global health risks. It bankrolls the growth of organized crime, and it undermines the rule of law.
A key U.S. Persian Gulf ally, Saudi Arabia, for the fourth consecutive year was placed in the lowest category called Tier 3. In all, there are 14 countries in that group which is subject to possible U.S. sanctions. Along with Saudi Arabia, the others are Kuwait, Oman, Qatar, Syria, Algeria, Iran, Sudan, Moldova, North Korea, Burma, Fiji, Papua New Guinea, and Cuba.
The annual Trafficking in Persons report.
The director of the State Department's Human Trafficking Monitoring Office, Mark Lagan, says U.S. intelligence estimates some 800,000 people are trafficked across international borders each year. 8 in 10 of them are women, and he says millions more are exploited in their home countries. In all, the U.S. report rated 153 countries around the world, and Lagan stresses that countries like Madagascar, which he calls an anti-trafficking success story, jumped into the highest category. He says it proves that the problem can be tackled with national will, even by a country with minimal resources. He also cited others whose ranking improved: Mexico, Bahrain, and the United Arab Emirates. Lagan says China remained on the so-called Tier 2 watch list, just above the lowest ranking, because of insufficient efforts to protect trafficking victims, most notably North Koreans who have fled into northeastern China.
These North Koreans seek refuge in China, but many are preyed upon by Chinese traffickers who sell them into sexual servitude as wives, with quotation marks around wives, or into prostitution. When Chinese authorities find these trafficking victims, they often send them back to North Korea, where they face harsh punishment. The victims are punished.
Hundreds of children protested in India in 2007. Some of them had been traded across borders into slavery and bonded labor. In the last year, the U.S. says India has made some progress, but remains on the watch list because of its failure to recognize bonded labor as a form of trafficking. Lagan said the cases of the Tier 3 countries will be reviewed later this year for possible U.S. sanctions. He acknowledged that actions against some U.S. allies have been waived in the past, but said the real penalty may be the embarrassing status of the Tier 3 listing itself. David Gullis, VOA News, the State Department.